also never knew that a nicer way to enjoy your ice cream is to let it melt a bit. Never learned it from Mom or Dad. Never heard of it. And of course we were never able to even wait at all when we got our dish of chocolate ice cream. We just started eating it right away. So in my 20s, I had a boyfriend at the time. Chicago, and he knew all the fancy everything. And tried to explain to me the joy of waiting a while to eat your ice cream as it had partly melted. And he kept saying, no way. And he said, well, why does everybody take their ice cream out of the freezer before they eat it? So you can dig into the ice cream with a spoon or your ice cream scoop. I said, no, it's too frozen and you can't scoop it out. I never had a clue that it was more than that. And though at the time I didn't agree. I said, that is, you made that up. I did. Realize that he had really offered me some awesome ice cream info. And so I let him know, I don't know if this is true or you made this up, but there is a big, better difference in eating your ice cream slightly melted than straight out of the freezer frozen. So then that was one of my many boyfriends prior to being married in 1982. I'm kidding, I didn't have a ton of boyfriends. Not a ton. I did have a good variety to choose from, but none of them could compare to my sweetheart that I married in 1982. So anyways, we got married summer of 82. And though we had known each other as neighbors since 1976, there were so many intimate details that I didn't know about him. And a huge shocker was, never forget, like the ice cream inquiry. Either I had gone to the grocery store or he had gone to the grocery store. And between the both of us, either I just got chocolate ice cream or he just got chocolate chip ice cream. And we just weren't both excited with our ice cream evening that night. But I do remember talking about chocolate and saying, what flavor ice cream? And he said chocolate chip. I said, are you kidding me? And I tried to press upon him the joy of chocolate ice cream. He wouldn't hear of it. Is that an Indiana thing? Because he was Hoosier. Hoosier boy from way back. So even in my early 20s when we first got married, couldn't believe it. I said, is chocolate ice cream just a California thing? He says, I think it's just your family. Your mother's Italian, so maybe they have a thing for chocolate. He didn't know. I didn't know, but I still was like dumbfounded that he didn't want anything to do with chocolate ice cream. He would eat it, but it wasn't like a fun ice cream for him. And he just wouldn't eat ice cream. It was always chocolate chip shakes. I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm making a shake. I said, can't you just, let's just sit down and enjoy a bowl of ice cream together. He couldn't. It had to be a chocolate chip shake. You get this tall cup, plastic or glass, it didn't matter. And you put your ice cream in and you put just enough milk. You mix it up. And you slowly spoon it into your mouth and make it last a long, long time. I thought that was the dumbest thing. The more I got to know him, and just years have gone by, and I used to ask him if they were poor or starving for food. And he always said no. And it wasn't until like decades later he would look at how I was with food and my family was with food. Like we could care less. Like we never gorged it or hoarded it. We just always had it, always enjoyed it. And we never had these little things of making our food last or putting gobs of condiments. Food, he had all these things. And I said, you know, I wonder if we were starving with food a little bit. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, we weren't poor. No, that he just came from a wonderful family, and he had dentists on his dad's side and doctors on his mom's side, and my parents had a lake house, and just there was always food and money available. You know, they weren't, they didn't flaunt it, but all the cars, every time I see a picture, was like everybody had a brand new big car. Then it seemed like, I remember a conversation about him and I thinking that his mom could not handle money, stretching the money to make it last, which I can't argue with that. You know, I don't know how I could do it. I need like a regular paycheck, regular income, and all that. I'm sure it has to be extremely difficult. As it was, I noticed my husband in real estate. Oh my goodness. But thankfully, he was very successful with real estate. So even though he didn't get an escrow check every week or every other week, the escrow checks were so big that we literally just could like put it on a stockpile and draw from it from week to week, which was lifesaver for me because that's too stressful. So he thinks his mom with a money problem was like sweating bullets and was trying to make food last. Or she would always say this, now make it last. And he would just automatically know, and his sister's the same way, that if mom was serving them tomato sandwiches or pickle sandwiches, I go, oh, I know it's getting slim pickings. He would put gobs of mayonnaise. Oh my goodness. So this chocolate chip shake, milk in this jumbo cup that he would spend at least 20-30 minutes each night with slow scoops of ice cream, just like savoring it like it was his last time he's ever going to have it. Couldn't believe it. And another thing that happened was we would always eat off everyone's plate, not all the time, but if we had food and someone had some leftover something, oh, can I have that? No big deal. It was never a big deal for seconds or asking for someone's food on their plate, never. Or asking for someone's food on their plate, never. Never forget this. When he would eat, he would he would eat with both arms on the table as if a bear was going to come and take his food. And he'd have one hand wrapped around the left side of his meal area, and the right hand, he was eating with the right hand. And he was always hovered close to his plate. And I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm eating. I said, well, can you sit back? Are you relaxed? He said, I'm fine. I said, what's going on? Why are you sitting like that? He goes, oh, I must have learned it in the military. I don't think so. Because my sister, 10 years younger than him, same way. And it's really unbecoming. Perhaps a man can get away with it, but for a lady to sit at the dinner table hovered over your plate with your hand like a bear's gonna come and take it. I just had to learn when we went out to eat to not pay attention to her or notice her, especially as we were raising our girls and trying to teach them table manners. Look at Auntie so-and-so. Finally, I just got to the point, well, you just have to not pay any attention to her. I really don't think there was anything in her power to even take her hand away. It's almost as if they were trained. Like, hover over your food because if someone takes it, it's gone. They only had the 2 kids, so I don't know. But they did have a big lake house, and they did have cousins. I'd go visit Grandma and Grandpa at the lake house. And they did have cousins, and they would have meals and stuff at least on weekends. So perhaps there was an episode. But so there was that. And this one time, before I kind of put everything together, this one time, he had something really good. I go, oh, can I have some? And before I'm even waiting for an answer, I'm grabbing at his plate, taking like some kind of finger food. It was either French fries or like nuggets or something, and he got so upset. He's really upset, and my husband does not get upset. I'm sorry. It's just me. I thought he was upset about germs. It had nothing to do with germs. The fact that I was taking his food, and he did it another time also with chocolate chip shake. I said, can I have some? I would never want to make a huge chocolate chip shake. I would always just want a gulp of his, not with a spoon. I would want to drink like 1 or 2 gulps. And one night he got so upset. And then I got upset back, and I said, what in the world is going on? He never said anything. I never said anything. Decades later, he made like a little remark about him having a food problem. I think it didn't really dawn on him. And he would see how we would eat a meal. yes, I'd love to have salad with my pizza, but if I'm hungry and there's no lettuce and salad, I'm just going to eat the pizza. We had no food hang-ups. He was the only one with the hang-ups. And he would be all set to have a meal. And if even one ingredient was missing from the salad or the plate, if you're that starving to wait so long to eat, I don't get it. Like, I would compromise something if I was that hungry and just eat. And he couldn't handle it, I guess. He needed all the food. He couldn't just eat food arbitrarily. He had to have a bite of salad. Then he'd go around his plate and he'd have, for example, steak, bread, and some other third thing. And then he'd take a drink. And he'd go salad, steak, bread, corn on the cob, and a drink. And I never knew that. I don't pay attention. It just suddenly became obvious. He goes, I've been doing this my whole life, didn't you know? I said, no, I don't notice people when they eat unless there's something really weird going on. And something had happened that had dawned on me, like, oh, aren't you going to finish this? And he would leave food, like one batch of food, everything else would be gone. I'd say, don't you like the potatoes? Or don't you like this? But the reason he left it there is because he couldn't just eat 2 or 3 spoonfuls of that by itself. It had to have the other stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm telling you, those are food issues. So here we are, National Ice Cream Day, June 7th. So this will either go up prior or the day of and celebrate. And I do enjoy coffee with my ice cream, by the way. That's what this was. So, National Chocolate Ice Cream Day, June 7th. To observe National Chocolate Ice Cream Day on June 7th, all you need is chocolate ice cream. Who says you have to stop there, though? You can have it in a cone or make it from scratch in sprinkles or syrup, whipped cream. Chocolate ice cream is the second most common flavor, surpassed only by vanilla. The chocolate-flavored ice cream has been in existence well over 100 years and has been popular in the United States since the late 19th century. Cocoa powder is blended in with eggs, cream, vanilla, and sugar to make chocolate ice cream. The cocoa powder is what gives the ice cream a brown color. Other flavors, such as Rocky Road or Triple Chocolate Chunk, use chocolate ice cream in their creation. Well, you can enjoy this day with a scoop or two. You could also explore the variety of chocolate ice creams available also. How many kinds of chocolate ice cream can there be, you might ask? Well, you might be surprised. For starters, of course, there's dark chocolate, milk chocolate, but then we can add peanut butter or marshmallows, and we just recently celebrated Rocky Road. And don't forget all the kinds of fudge. Some people like chocolate and mint mixed together too, and the list goes on and on. Now this had brownie pieces. Not crazy about the brownie. It did have walnuts. I enjoy walnuts. We do have some recipes for you to try here as well. I will print a copy of this, a link to this in the description box below if you're interested. Are you looking for chocolate ice cream deals? Well, we have found some. We have a celebration deal page, and again, this will be in the description box below, link for all this. Use hashtag chocolate ice cream day to post on social media. We're still researching the origin of this ice cream holiday, so there we have it. That really turned into a lengthy story time. I don't think I intended to really hard on my husband's food issues, but I know I have mentioned it before, and that he's fine talking about it, because it wasn't until he finally came to that realization that he had food issues that he probably would not have recognized if my whole family and myself weren't just the complete opposite. Like we didn't think about food, and we didn't do little things to make our food last, or we didn't have a cow. Remember, that's what my siblings, well, have a cow. If someone ate some food off our plate. Remember that, have a cow. Well, I want to take a moment also and thank those of you who watch the ads before my videos. I'm really appreciative. I know I'm not fond of all the ads YouTube has been pushing. I have to make a special effort to cut out the ads. Do you know, if I wouldn't put the kibosh on YouTube, every video that gets posted, that gets uploaded, immediately they start putting these ads in between, in the video. If I don't go special and delete them, you can find as many as 4, 5, 6, 7 ads in a 30-minute video. It's terrible. And then I have some of my favorite people. They don't care. They're there to make money, and they believe that if their viewers enjoy them, they're gonna click off or click through the ads. And I don't think that way. How can we have an enjoyable ASMR video with all the ads in the middle of the video and even at the end? So it did take me a while to catch on what was going on, and so I try to make sure I delete and close down the option for them to stick an ad at the end of my video or in the middle. Mid-roll ads. There should only be at the beginning. But a huge thank you to those of you watching the ads at the beginning. I've heard some kind of statistic that says people that keep the mid-roll ads in throughout the month make anywhere to 2 to 3 to 4 times more money because of that, which is tempting, but I would never do that. Yeah, just out and out not nice that an ASM artist would do that. So again, thank you for those of you watching the ads at the beginning of my video. And I probably should mention, I have a hunch, and I don't know if this is true, it's just my hypothesis, what I see coming down the pike. I'm just waiting for the day when YouTube says that they're just gonna put ads on videos whether you like it or not, and either you're gonna choose to accept it, you know, and you'll get the money, or not, and then we'll just put the ads on it and we'll get all the money. You won't share in that profit. I'm just noticing all this stuff that has happened in the soon-to-be 6 years that I've been, that I've had my YouTube channel. The premium membership is $11.99 a month. I'm already gearing myself up to having to subscribe. I don't know. There's nothing they've said or done that they're going to do that. But like I said, just my history of seeing what has been happening with them pushing ads and advertising and all this money stuff. I think that's going to be the next step, that they're just putting ads outright. And it doesn't matter if you don't want them, then you don't share in the profit. And the only way around that for any of us would be at $11.99 monthly membership, premium membership to YouTube. For those of us who enjoy ASMR, for the everyday person, I'm sure it won't be a burden because they'll just click through the ads, but there's no way we can enjoy our ASMR videos having to do that. So, we'll see what's going to happen with that. And please let me know if you ever catch an ad at the end of my video or mid-roll ad in my video. Let me know, and I'll recheck my settings. And if there's a problem, I'll send feedback to YouTube and hopefully get it fixed and hope for the best. So thank you for watching my ads at the beginning of each video. A reminder, if you enjoyed this video, please push the thumbs up like button. Really appreciate your help with that. And as always, thanks for watching. And a handful of people have asked how come I don't push subscriptions to my channel, and I never say please subscribe, or I really don't have that going on. And it's really simple. You just want people subscribing who really want to be a part of the ASMR community. You know what? To just blatantly say subscribe. I really don't want people subscribing who really on their own don't want to be here or might not enjoy the content. And I think YouTubers think the more subscribers they have, the better for them. But I found out a glitch in the system. That is that depending on the number of subscribers you have, YouTube is expecting a percentage of views. So let's say you have 1 million subscribers. That's your whole life. You've been pushing subscribers. Okay, you have 1 million subscribers. So YouTube is expecting a certain percentage. I don't remember what it is. In a 24-hour period. And if you're not getting that percentage in a 24-hour period, they're not deeming your channel as all that great. They look at it as a negative. So that's another reason why it's just a smart thing to just let people subscribe on their own and let people be here. Because they are looking at your audience and they want to see what kind of response you get in a 24-hour period, and that you're making that percentage depending on your subscribers. I'll have to go back and look at all the numbers, but it can be stressful if you've got 1 or 2 or 3 million subscribers, and that you need to have